All right, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Julie and Paul. And like I said, there was a lot of content there, and so if there's anything else you want to know about, please check out those handouts. All right, whew. We did it. Thank you. I have a few comments. I will try to keep it as brief as possible. One is I want to thank all of you for making it till the end. I want to thank all of you for helping us experiment with a few new formats. We talked about it before of the 2 days of the formats of working with IFF and GFTN that we haven't done before. So that was 2 days of experimentation, and to me that felt quite good. It felt like we had some of the similar conversations we normally have the first 2 days of MojaCom, but we were able to expand a little bit more, and today was definitely one of the more interactive third days that we've had in a long time. So thank you all for your participation, and I think we will continue on this trend and try to improve some of the things we've done. So thank you for your patience as we did that, and especially your patience for those of you who know that we were missing Simeon. That was quite tough. All right, so last thing that we have to do here. I'm going to say a few words. Let me see where I find my notes. Okay, this was an amazing MojaCom. I had a great time. However, there was a bit of a cloud over this MojaCom for a lot of us this whole time, which was, like we've already said, Paula's imminent departure. This is a little bit awkward for us because it's hard to get emotional because I still have to work with her for quite some time. But for all of you, maybe not. This is going to be the last time that a lot of you are going to get to see her. So I'll say a few words, but I'm going to see her a lot, so I'll be able to say all my words later on. But there's an American expression, which is that she gave us enough rope to hang ourselves with, that we use quite often, and that definitely applies to Paula. But not just enough rope, almost like rocks to hold on to our feet to help us go down. She definitely gave us so much cover to allow us to do such good work over the past couple of years. And I've done some pretty cool things in my life in a few different industries. In the past 4 years, but particularly the past 3 years working with Paula after we hit our groove was really probably the most exciting, fun thing I've ever done in my life. And so I very much want to thank her, and all of the team wants to thank Paula for that. She is an incredibly tough leader. Again, some of you know I spent some time in the US Army, and Paula is an incredibly tough leader. And that has definitely made us the best that we can possibly be. But because this is your goodbye, not mine, I will stop. I would like to ask if there are some community members, I think, wanted to say a few words before I let her go. So do you mind?
Thank you, Steve. Paula, on behalf of the entire team at the Savox, and also on behalf of the community, we would like to thank you for everything that you have done on what you've built and also how you built it. Like Steve said, I didn't report to you, but I know that you are such a good leader. I met you for the first time in 2022 in Arusha at the first community meeting after COVID, and that was the first time I met you, and I was blown away by your kindness, your openness, your warmth. We were new to the community, just like many of some of the people in here. We were new. We were new to Mojalu. We were new to the community, but you were such a welcoming presence, and I felt right at home, right then, at that very first meeting that I met you. But I can also say that some of you may have been at the receiving end. I was at the receiving end when we did something wrong. We also get that call from you directly to our face, right, telling us what we did wrong. And I really appreciated that because, otherwise we won't know how to correct, what we did, right? So I really appreciated that, and I hope that this is not a goodbye, and that this is just at the end of one chapter, and there will be many other chapters, and we will see you in the community and community meetings, and all over the world. Thank you so much.
So Paula, at the next MojaCom, we now know how to identify who's attending for the first time. We will do what you did about the first timers because they didn't know who, what's his name? Simeon, yeah. So we will ask them, how many in the room remember Paula? Anyway, that was on a light note. Today we are saying goodbye to somebody who has left quite a legacy for us, and that's you, Paula. I believe your leadership has grown the community to what it is today. It has helped shape Mojaloop into a global community and movement like we see today. And I do believe that it's through your vision, your dedication, and your belief in open and inclusive systems that we are all here today, and we continue to meet. I remember my first Mojaloop convening March 2023 in Kigali. There were so many badges and organizations in the room. It was very difficult for me to even remember who was who. And I say to myself, by the time I go to the next convening, I should have my cards right. And after that convening, I didn't get to speak to you personally, but I went to the internet and looked people up. And I needed to know who was Mojaloop, who was Gates Foundation, and how do these amazing people all fit in together. And I believe that speaks to the kind of person you are, bring people together from different backgrounds, different organizations, innovators, adopters who are here today, partners, and that's how we build the community. So, and away from these achievements and milestones, I remember you for your energy and your commitment to support and to collaborate. For us at the Clearinghouse and COMESA in general, we have the Mojaloop staff on speed dial. We have support, and we can call them up anytime. And today, I just got to look around and see, they've become friends and colleagues, all of them. And really, that's attestation to your leadership. We heard about what good leaders are and what it takes. It's not just the software and the infrastructure, it's leadership. And it's because of you that we get to enjoy speaking to all these people and getting their support. So on behalf of me and those who may not have the opportunity to get the mic, we say thank you very much. Wish you the very best in your next chapter, and all the best with what's coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Nii and Jadida, very much. And with that, Paula.
Okay. I begged the team not to embarrass me, so thank you. And I hope this is being recorded because I just want to be able to remember the lovely words that I've heard from you here today. I don't know how to prepare for retirement, and I'm not sure anyone does. So I don't have a good story as to what I'm going to do next, but hopefully it'll be fun. But probably the hardest thing about this retirement is leaving you all here in this room. As I've said to people a number of times, Mojaloop, we spend a lot of time on Zoom, at our desks, in our home. This is what energizes us, being out here with our community across the world. And that's what I will miss the most. So it's hard to be retiring with this being my last big event because, this is what I love right here. Everyone that's in this room, Friday afternoon, an hour late, and you're still here. And your devotion and participation in the community has meant the world to me. Miller's support in the whole Gates Foundation team has been phenomenal, and of course, my own staff. Can I have the staff stand up, please? So these are the people that really make things happen and make my life so pleasurable. So thank you, team. I will sincerely miss you. And I think I'll leave it right there. And again, thank you for all your support. You done? The last word, perfect.
A couple of final words, if I might. When you reach a curve in the road, there's a moment when you can see where you've been from and where you're going next, the apex of the turn. And that feels maybe a little like where we are now. I can still see clearly back to 2014 when we ran into each other at the 10th year reunion of the NFC Forum. And then again in 2017 at Sibos when we're just trying to launch the open source collective thing we were calling MojaLoop, named about 2 weeks before that. And from that point forward, it seemed clear to me that Paula could be the right influence for this organization, but it took us a while to find our footing and what we were going to do. And really it was mid-2018 before we really started working on things. We thought we'd be ready in a year. We didn't really get things launched until May of 2020. And to launch this organization in the midst of a 100-year pandemic, to build it up to where it is now and to put us all on the road to the future is just quite an amazing thing. And I couldn't tell you how more grateful I am for it. To be in a place to support you and to build this organization with you has been amazing. And this is your legacy here. So thank you so much.
And if I can have, please, one more huge round of applause for everything Paula has done for us.